These are the required points to express in your ad. Feel free to paraphrase and speak from your own experience. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you. So, it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. And please make sure, this point, download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Do you know the spelling of anchor.fm? ANCHOR.FM. Thank you for your listening. See you. Hello everyone, I'm Richard Gon of Work to Live podcast version. This time I'd like to talk about that, many people began to create porn videos, and I was writing recently, not recently, today or tonight. I'm recording this episode late at night, and I was writing a book, watching porn videos, and I could enjoy writing a book which is about adult business, which is about the topic of the book is not about general topic or general stuff about porn business, and of course I can tell you about what I was writing the book. And anyway, I was writing a book, watching porn videos, and I could enjoy porn videos, and anyway, and I could enjoy afterwards. Whatever it is, whatever they are. This time I'd like to talk about that. There are many porn actresses who started to create porn videos, and before going to the conclusion of this episode, let me tell you that I have created an episode which is about just creating adult content just for money is bad, because if you create adult content, or if you'd like to create adult content just for money or just making money, I don't think you can continue to create adult content, and I don't think you can keep creating adult contents, because the reason is just for money. Adult content is a type of adult content creation. Yeah, adult content creation is a type of content creation that people can keep creating because they like adult content. Adult contents are such type of contents that only people who love adult contents can keep creating. And so, and I started adult content creation years ago, and one of the reasons is, of course, making money. And why I wanted to make money is because years ago, maybe some of you can remember that a professor or a scholar whose name is Thomas Piketty, who is he's a French scholar, or he's a French researcher, or he's a French economic. He's a French professor of economy, or majoring in economy, and I haven't read his book. So I wanted to read his book, but I chose not to read his book. I chose not to read the book written by Mr. Thomas Piketty, and he's Thomas Piketty, or his name is such. Pronouncing his name in English, maybe his name is Thomas, isn't it? And anyway, I got maybe I don't know the title, the capitalism of 21st century, stuff like that. And according to that book, it's economic inequality is going to expand in the future, and which is why I started investment or stock trading. And a bit before the publication of his book, I started investment, and I began to concentrate on investment because he published because the professor or the scholar published such a book. And which is why I began to concentrate on investment. And I started to create adult contents, because he published such a books. And no. Before the publication, I have created adult contents, but I began to invest my own time in in the constellation of investment and creating adult contents, because and the main reason is or main drive is his book. And which is why, and what I wanted to tell you through this story is that I can understand the feelings of people who create adult contents just for money. And I can sort of understand their feelings, because money is important, and I love money, and I love investment, which is from which I think you can guess that I really love money. But creating adult contents just for money is not that good. And taking or watching things and seeing your own life in long view, I don't think creating adult contents just for money is a good stuff. And there are many things you should care about other than money. And maybe why I could reach this thought is because the reason why I reached this understanding or this thought is because, of course, the pandemic. The reason is the pandemic, of course. And yeah, many people passed away because of that pandemic. And I felt and I have felt recently, I have felt that I'm getting older, and I'm 30, and I don't like to tell you my own age, but I'm 30. So my age is between 30 and 39. So my age is somewhere in that range. And anyway, so I'm feeling that I'm getting older, which is why So if I got coronavirus, for example, in the later part of my life, I may pass away, or I may be killed by that virus, which is what I thought. Of course, I'm vaccinated. I'm fully vaccinated, but so in this country, the fully vaccination means vaccinating 2 times, or vaccination twice is a full vaccinations. So I got vaccinated twice, and so I have no worry. For now, I have no worry about getting coronavirus, breakthrough infection, which is how breakthrough infection is called. And I'm sort of worried about next surge of coronavirus pandemic in this country. But for now, the number of the patients of coronavirus is really low in this country. Anyway, what I wanted to tell you is that language, there are many things you should be worried about. So if you are young, you should be worried about, or you should care about your own family and your friends. So, you know, as as I told you, months before that, I have families to care about, and I love family, and of course I love money, but I love family much more. So, concerning which, I understand that if you create adult contents and if you create adult contents to make money, I can understand your feeling, but if you have you should take care of you should care about your or you should love your own family or your friends, and if you have some lovers, or like if you have some girlfriends, or if you have boyfriends, you should love them more than money, which is what I'd like to tell you. Content creation is really funny, and I love writing. For example, in my case, I love writing. I love writing itself, and as I told you at the beginning of this episode, I was writing a book, and writing books is really interesting. Although it's really a troublesome and exhaustive labor, but it's so interesting and it's so exciting for me. Writing books is exciting for me, but it's really a tough business, or tough action and tough activity for me. But but writing books is really interesting. But of course, content creation give me some sort of money, but you should care about your own family more than content creation. If you die, you can't bring the money you have earned to heaven or hell. So money is just money. There are electric data, or papers, or coins. Money has such physical forms and electric form. But if you die, you can't bring, or you can't carry any amount of money to the place you're going to go after your death, or after your disease, or after you die. You can't bring any amount of money to heaven or hell. Considering which, what you can bring, or what protects you is not money, but friends and families and your lovers. Those people, I think those people protect you even after you die, or even after you pass away, which is what I thought. And why I thought and why I decided to create this episode is because because that pandemic happened, and I came to, and essentially I discovered that many people began to create adult contents and adult or porn videos in my case, and which is why I decided to create this episode. And I wanted all of you to enjoy adult content creations, but you should care about your own family and friends and lovers more than content creation themselves, which is what I'd like to tell you this time. That's it. Thank you very much for your listening. See you.